With the World Juniors upon us on December 26th, Boxing Day, we will see the future of the NHL in action. This is where you'll see all the best players of tomorrow's NHL face off against each other and compete down to the best country in the world. We'll be taking a look at who to look out for, as well as what teams to look out for in this World Junior Tournament in this video. But before we get into all of that, we notice that 83% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're looking for a spot to get all your news around the NHL and the Chicago Blackhawks, you're in the right spot. Make sure to stay a while, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the breaking news. But like I said, we're going to start off with the obvious guy to watch in this tournament. I think that all eyes are going to be on him, Macklin Celebrini, the projected first overall pick, projected right now to Chicago, although things may change between now and then. This kid is going to be an absolute talent in the NHL, and he's certainly going to be the one to watch on this Team Canada roster, which is not favored in this tournament. However, there's a lot of people that you're going to want to watch on this team. Macklin Celebrini being the one that I think all eyes are going to be on this tournament. Obviously in today's game, we're recording this early, a major hit from behind, 5-minute major against Switzerland, which, may result in a suspension. We're not really sure at the time of recording this, but other than that, he's looked fantastic throughout his, international play in college and it all. He's going to be the one to watch. He's going to be the future, the first overall pick, projected first overall pick in this upcoming draft. But Noah, what do you think about Macklin Celebrini? And then we can move into the Team Canada roster as well.
Well, he's obviously the most talented player in this draft class, without a doubt. I mean, I've never actually watched him live until this morning, like you said, as of the time of the recording with the whole hit. It was a Canada pre-tournament game against Switzerland, and I thought he was just fantastic up until he obviously got kicked out. But fantastic skater, hell of a shot, has vision like you wouldn't believe on the power play. I think he set up Connor Geeky there on a power play with a slap pass down in the middle of the slot. Absolute gross goal. I think there's no doubt in my mind he'll go number one, and hopefully it's to Chicago.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's what we can hope for. But now moving on to this Team Canada roster as well, we're not going to be touching on all the teams. We're going to be focusing on, the main few, and not even teams in general, more so the top players. There's obviously a lot of top players that we're not going to be discussing in this video, but we're just going to be the ones that we think are going to be the ones that you want to look at. You're going to want to see where they are in the NHL, where they're going if they're not in the NHL, if they're in the draft, because these players, we think have a special talent. So we're going to start off with the Team Canada roster. The one I'm going to start off here with is Fraser Minten. You can see highlighted there to Toronto. We've seen him in the preseason action in the NHL, as well as a few games at the beginning of this season. Leafs fans really like this guy, and so do I. I'm a huge fan of him. He's a guy that the Leafs never really had in a long time. He's a bit of a gritty player. He likes to get deep in the corners, deep on the puck. And he goes for places where players don't like to go. And that's what the Leafs need. He's very good as well. He's very skilled with the puck. And there's nothing bad to say about him right now. And I think this is obviously going to be another huge opportunity to see how he does against some other players that he may not have played against before and stuff. But having that NHL experience, even though it's only for a few games, is obviously a major bonus for any player who's on this in this tournament. So, Noah, what do you think about Fraser Minten, and what do you think about Canada's roster as well? Who your choices to watch out for?
Yeah, well, Fraser Minten is a leader on this team. I mean, he's got a little bit of NHL experience. Obviously, I think he played 6 or 7 games.
I think it was 4. I'm pretty sure. That's what I looked at earlier.
Something around there, yeah. But there's no doubt in my mind. I think he'll have a letter for this Canada team. I don't know if it'll be a C. Obviously, it'll be a C or an A. But I think he's a great addition to this team. But my pick to watch is Jordan Dumais, the Columbus draft pick. He had 140 points last year in Halifax, which is insane to me. He never made the U18 team, which it was a pretty good U18 team, but I thought he should have made it. He never made the top CHL prospect team that last year after having 140 points in the queue, which is unbelievable. So I think he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's going to make an impact.
Yeah, that will certainly help out him in regards to how much he wants to compete, how much he wants to win, and how much he wants to show off to compared to these guys who are setting him aside for other players. But obviously Jordan Dumais is a major one that I think is another one to look out for. So is everybody in this tournament. There's obviously some weaker teams, but it's hard to compete for a team, I don't know, like Latvia, Switzerland. There's just, the country is so small that you really can't have the opportunity to compete against like these bigger countries, Finland, Sweden, US, Canada, So you got to put into perspective that these are the best players in this country, and obviously everybody in this tournament are ones to watch. But I'm going to go on to we're going to move on to one of the teams I think could be in the finals of this tournament. I'm not sure if they'd win, because there's obviously one powerhouse in this tournament that everybody knows about. But that's Team Sweden. Now, I'm not going to discuss just one player in specific on this team, but this entire team is something to look out for. This team is dangerous. You can see all the NHL talent, all the NHL prospects they have here. And I think this is one that everybody on this team is going to play a major factor. I'm going to name a few, like Noah Ostlund, Liam Ogren, Axel Sandin Pellikka, Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Obviously, this is going to be a dangerous roster. We know how dangerous Sweden has been in the past, and I think this is one to watch. So, Noah, who do you think about on the Sweden team might, play a factor into, their contribution to a win?
I think, I got to go with the obvious answer, and Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Hell of a year over there in Sweden, excuse me. He's going to be playing first line minutes, power play 1. I think he's an elite player, and I think he's going to be good for Vancouver. But I think they're really deep. Obviously you touched on Sandin Pellikka, Noah Ostlund, Liam Ogren. They're all first round picks. So you can't go wrong with that on your team, and I think I could see Sweden winning it at home this year easily.
Yeah, the home ice advantage is obviously a big factor here as well. Yeah. Many players have probably played on this ice before. They know the crowd, they know the corners. Every rink is different. The way the puck bounces off the boards, and this is going to be definitely a home advantage as well. The fans there is going to be a big part of it, because we know Sweden, Finland, all those Nordic fans are absolutely fantastic. So I'm very excited to watch Sweden play at home, especially this year. And like you said, they're gonna have the possibility to win it. I think potentially playing against this team that we have talking about here, the U.S. This is the top team in this tournament. I don't think there's any doubt to this at all. Every name on this lineup is going to be, play a major factor. The goalies, everybody on this. But we could spend 10 minutes on each player talking about this. But we're going to touch on the few. And I think, Noah, I know who yours will be. So I'll let you go. I'll let you go first.
Lane Hutson, easily, without a doubt. Speaking as a Habs fan, I'll try and not be biased. this kid is just absolutely insane. He's been tearing up the NCAA with Boston. He's only 5'7", 5'8", yeah. And he's a terrific skater. He puts the puck in the back of the net. He sets everybody up. I think he has a letter for the States this year. He's just terrific. He's just terrific, plain and simple. Probably, I don't know. I'll probably get heat for this. I could see him being very similar to Cale Makar from Montreal.
No, I agree with you. It's the same play style. Not the tallest players in the world, but they're both incredible. Just that's the easiest way to put it. But I got a few different names as well here. I'm going to talk about your Chicago boys and Sam Rinzel, Frank Nazar, Oliver Moore, Gavin Brindley. These guys, they're obviously not the top on this team, but they're most certainly, they're right there. They're just this entire team is going to be insane. There's no one player who's going to dominate this team. It's just going to be a lot of talent around this roster. But those guys especially, I think, are going to be the ones to watch for Blackhawks fans. It's going to be another huge opportunity to see them playing against different play styles, obviously, as well in Sweden. In Europe, it's a bigger ice surface, so you're going to be able to see them move the puck more. You're going to see some more skating ability. But like I said, everybody in this tournament, everybody on this team is going to be the ones to watch.
I think I've seen somewhere, just to get you in perspective of how depthy they are and how talented they are. Their second line, I seen this on Twitter there a couple of days ago, was Ryan Leonard, who was a top 10 pick this year, I do believe. Will Smith, who went to San Jose, number 4, and I'm forgetting it now.
Oliver Moore was there as well when I seen it. Yeah,
who broke the goal record for the U.S. national development team. So that's just insane.
Yeah, you got to think of players like Cole Eiserman not even making it to camp on this team. So this tournament's going to be very good. Obviously we'll be cheering for Canada, but we don't have the best of luck this year. It don't seem like right now, but this tournament goes anyway. We've seen it every year. Something we don't expect happens. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. We'll be keeping updates. Obviously, going to be around the holidays, so I'm sure a lot of people will be busy. But this is the tournament to watch if you're ever going to watch one, and you're not a big fan of hockey. You got to watch this. The future of the NHL, the future of your potential favorite team could be in this tournament. So make sure to watch this, and it's obviously such a good tournament, the best hockey in the world. And so prospects to
Love
watch,
this time of year.
teams to watch, but I think it's going to be between Sweden and the U.S. I really don't think it's going to be a question. Those two teams are the top teams in this tournament. It's not even really close. As much as I hate to admit it, it's going to be those two teams in the finals. I'm pretty certain, you know. But that's all we got for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to give it a like. Also, let us know what team you think has the biggest, the top prospects, the biggest chance of winning in the comments below. We'd love to read it, but that's all we got. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.